What's up? This is Bacon is my podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I am Mike.
And we are proud to be part of the Deluxe Edition network. That is right, the Den.
That's right, hashtag the Den. We are part of an awesome network with a number of fantastic podcasts, such as History I'd Like to Fuck, or HILF Podcast, Barrel Age Chicks, Barrel Age Flicks, Spoil My Movie, Deluxe Edition Podcast. Man, I could go on forever.
You could, but we won't, so you can go
Beard
watch.
Laws.
Go listen, go watch, check them all out now.
In a
Deluxe
pickle.
Edition Network.
Right now, deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Follow it on social medias, Deluxe Edition Network.
What's your bacon? What's up, buddy?
Ew. I know it's cold.
Indeed.
So you want to get the sweaters going.
No. I reject that. And I'll tell you why.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't put gloves on furry hands, do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't. So you know what? I like to keep my beanbag clean like my palms.
Yes.
That's right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is out now. It's got the skin-safe technology you used to. It's got the LED light like you used to. But this one, it's got the foil blade.
Oh my god, the foil blade. It's nice for the crevasse.
Exactly. So it, hooks up your nether regions.
Goes right up the Mississippi on the one side and the Rio Grande on the other side.
Exactly. So go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off, plus free shipping.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's not even just for this, right?
No, it's for anything on there.
Exactly, especially our favorite, the crop mops, the ball and butt wipes. If you see us, we always give them out.
We'll hand them to you.
Exactly.
They'll be in the package, it's okay.
If you don't see us, manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of those bad boys.
Free shipping.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
I am super excited to have you guys on because, I was sent an email, the normal pitch and stuff, and I had one song, and it was the video for Home. There was also a Dropbox link. It was a little before it came out, and I clicked on the YouTube link. I watched that YouTube video, and I was like, fuck, yes, we're getting them on this show.
Yeah.
So, guys, I want you to go look up HUE, HUE, or on social media, HUE.band. And go check out this. Yeah,
we'll links below.
Go check out the single Home. But I want to welcome to the show Nick, Ali, RJ, the band HUE. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah.
We're all in the same clothes, pretending it's a new day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But we get pitched a lot of bands and stuff like that, and if you like listen to the show and listen to the bands who have been on the show, it's certainly like it kind of shifts a certain way, like genre wise. But I knew I needed to get you guys on the show because you guys are the epitome of genre bending, and it is so awesome. It's so cool to see all those different elements like thrown into it. You get a little bit of like the Issues vibe and stuff like that, but like even still, I think there's even more like R&B influence and pop punk influence and stuff like that. So like I just want to know how you guys go about, and I'm sure you were going to ask this as well, like how you go about
when you're writing, how does it become what it becomes?
Right.
Like, where does it start?
Ali argue a lot about it. Me and Ali have this battle of like, I don't know, heavy and smoothness. And a lot of time we just kind of like meet. And honestly, like since we started this band, it's actually been the best it's been like ever. We're like, all right, yeah, cool. We like figured it out like today. And
we had to come to an agreement in the beginning of what the band was going to be. We were like, okay, the band is going to be these things, all the DMV sounds, and then we shook hands on it, especially on like prog
Yeah,
Mr.
Djent
Hands on Frog,
specifically.
on
Like
that
we're
shit.
kind of like the home. Like Djent is kind of the DMV's responsibility. Like we're like Periphery made that a thing. Like yeah, Meshuggah is like the sonic, I guess, like originators of like the source material for Djent. But like Misha got on the internet and was like Djent, and that is what stuck, and that is our fault. Well, it's Periphery's fault, but you know it's a heavy weight to bear. So you know we got to hold it down.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
when I first listened to it, like he said, like he sent it to me, and he'll always like preface something with like, okay, check out this band, we're getting them on in a couple days. They're kind of this or they're kind of that, and he sent it to me, and he was like, this is different. This is different. Which so to me, I was like, oh, sweet, different. Like,
yeah,
thank you. And I listened to it immediately, like 4 times in a row, because I listened to it. I was like, what the fuck? Because every element that's in it is also done really well.
Yes,
and that doesn't happen a lot. Like sometimes you'll get like, oh, let's throw a Djent part in, and then let's throw a funk part in, and let's throw a pop vocal in or something, and like one of those things is like, I could tell this ain't you. You know, it's like, this is awesome. This is awesome. That you're like jamming. You're jamming that in. But I don't like. That's why I wanted to ask about your songwriting, just because everything really flows well, and all those different genres are represented really well too.
Right. I don't feel like there's just one thing that stands out with this, you know, this particular song, Home. Like there's not one specific genre that sticks out, like that you could go, yeah, this is straight up this, or this is straight up this. Yeah. It's like
killer hook for the chorus.
Oh man,
brutal ending to the song. Like
thanks, man.
The beginning doesn't give anything away either. The song starts and you're like, all right, cool, what am I in for? Then you hear like a super smooth vocal come in and you're like, oh, nice. Pipes. I like pipes.
Yeah.
Sick. And then all of a sudden, like a heavy guitar comes in the middle and you're like, oh, okay. Where's this going? What is happening? So it like makes you slow down and go, let me turn this up.
Tune in a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and it really does. Like I'm super excited to hear more stuff. I can't wait to hear more songs, because to only have the one is kind of like, it's a little bit annoying. Thanks, guys. But I'm like, I need to hear like 3 more songs to know who these guys are. Like I get it, but I need to get all of it. Right. So
yeah, we need more than 3 songs to get it all out.
When are more things?
Make it understandable.
When are more things happening?
There's more things. We have an EP that's damn near ready. But it's just a matter of kind of putting the weight at the stuff. But yeah, there's a nice pack coming, and something that we've been talking about recently, like everything in the pack kind of has its own flavor to it, but you can tell it's all coming from the same restaurant, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's it's not like it's not spaghetti like 5 ways. It's like
right,
the different dishes.
It's like an Italian restaurant with all the different types of pasta that are all pasta, but all different.
All the possibilities.
Ha.
Boy,
man.
What?
I just want to hang out with you, RJ.
What's up, man?
I just want to hang out.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
I'm very funny people, man.
I'm in. I'm about it.
You guys talked a little earlier about like getting all that DMV area, you know, like the styles and the music and stuff like that.
The disciplines.
You know, yeah. So for those of you who are listening and watching who aren't unaware of that, can you just like go through a little bit of what the DMV genres kind of encompass?
Yeah, I guess like for heavier music, like we're kind of a big deal. Not a big deal, but like a big I guess like front runner for like the post-hardcore movement. Obviously progressive metal. Yeah, like the whole go-go thing is, I think, older than hip hop. So it's like not a new style of music by any means.
Yeah, yeah, I would say that for sure. Yeah, a lot of people remember 70s go-go, but it kind of it reminds me of how like the scene was with the radio rock. It's like after a good amount of time, like when the ability to hear it as a mainstream thing goes away, no one knows it exists anymore. Like in a couple spaces, I feel like a lot of people didn't
Also
know
like
that go-go.
hardcore and punk and stuff. I don't know. I just kind of blanked for a second.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut you off, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Yeah, no, that's good. I literally just kind of forgot for a second. Yeah,
Well, a lot of the
Oh yeah,
bands
Quiet Storm as well. That's like a curated thing that was like here. Like pretty much all the different types of R&B music that kind of evoked that feeling kind of became like presented to people through the lens of something called the Quiet Storm, which is like from a DC radio station. So like that's kind of like Quiet Storm stuff is just kind of like in the DMV's back pocket at all times. We can always
And
right.
And to the point of go-go, like DC used to be affectionately called Chocolate City because it was like such a heavy black population in DC. And like go-go was like the sound of the city. And it's like a very soulful, but like very easy flowing, like rhythmic percussion driven thing. And I think that like you can hear that in home, whether you know it or not, but it also like kind of like why it's like so easy to just kind of, you know, everybody's vibing and bouncing. Like when you hear different go-go songs or rhythms, it's full of soul. It's really truly full of soul, and that's what you're hearing, no matter how it's packaged.
Yeah, you managed to put aggression and metal influences into a song that never leaves the groove. Right, so
that was a huge thing.
Those are like two things that are like, okay, it needs to groove, it needs to be heavy, and like whatever form that comes in, whether it be like heavy guitars or heavy vocals or both, or like smooth singing or like lighter instrumentation or whatever, like that is a consistent like balancing point.
But I'm glad to hear y'all say that, because like that really was the intention. Was, you know, we were in a band before and we did a whole bunch of switching up the time signatures all the time, or like we were on some like,
it wasn't like super crazy.
It wasn't super crazy, but the songs switched up and then they would change like tempo or vibe or whatever. And I always it would dawn on me when I would show people at a party or something. Like if we had a jukebox on and then people would be like, oh man, what the fuck is this shit? I wanted to make, I mean, I think the whole idea, like the Venn diagram for all of us was like, we knew how powerful grooves are because of Djent, because of go-go, because of like RJ's background. Like, we just know that like, you know, rhythm, it can capture people in a different way. So we just use all the rhythms that people don't use well and that we've seen. And then the ones from home where like people don't know how to make it like a worldwide thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You know. So
yeah. I have that, like I'll have that talk with different drummers a lot.
Yeah.
But just music in general, as you get better at it, you want to showcase what you can do and what you're capable of, right? But then there's always that question of like, who are we making this for? Are we trying to like impress the other bands in the room? Or are we trying to shake ass? And it always comes down to me anyway. It's like, you gotta shake some ass first.
Right.
And then do it in a way that like the other bands are like, oh shit. How did they fit that in? Damn it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because I just had a conversation before we all got on a call with our resident suit. But like, because he's a drummer and he was like complimenting on my ability to play chops, right? And I was telling him, I'm like, the term gospel chops has become catchy for every genre, but it's something uniquely that you kind of have to grow in. Like, so for me, like I grew up playing in church and like and playing gospel music in a church, and it's like, yeah, I learned patterns here and there, and like you can hear it, and like, you know, metal bands will like the drummers will just be like really be and like technical. Like the underlying thing is a religion. It's a feeling. People are there to feel. It's like you have to play it with emotion and feeling, and like that's where the balance between like, look what the fuck I can do versus like, nah, you really felt that in your soul when I did it. Because it was like, it was impactful to the moment. Like it spoke to the moment in the music rather than like me just showing you what I can do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's something important.
If you're gonna say something, you know, when you get your moments.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel like we all kind of do that on our respective like instrument. Because like I know for me at least, like being like the heavy element of the band, kind of like fighting for all the core stuff. All like, you know, I'll come from, you know, because I've same deal. Like I kind of grew up in rock music all the time, whether I was just listening to it as a kid or like growing up being into metal and going to shows. And there was a period where I kind of dipped off of metal and was just playing guitar in an indie band for a while. And then all this kind of wrapped around and just, you know, like, I don't know, my approach of just, I don't know, like there's a certain like rock ethos that I kind of feel the need to exude whenever like I'm there, I guess. And it's just, I don't know, again, it's something that you kind of like grow into.
There's nothing like live rock guitar.
Yeah.
Man.
You know,
It's really not, man. There's nothing. There's no.
It's its own thing, you know.
Yeah, man, that's its own state of being.
Yeah. And some people just got to kind of, oh, we lost him. His phone probably died.
Phone died?
That's all right. He said it. He said important things and then dipped out.
Yeah.
It
was too brutal. It was too brutal. That's why. No, I think it's really awesome. Like so as far as like your scene, RJ, you said that you grew up playing in mostly like gospel stuff, and Ali, you've been playing in bands with Nick and stuff. So what kind of scene were you guys mainly, like what kind of scene were you involved in, and do you see like what part of the scene do you guys fit in now? Like, are you guys playing pop bills? Are you playing different, like what kind
is
of
it hard to book
or metal bills?
So much.
So I actually feel like we were playing like in a whole bunch of different scenes. At one point, I was signed as a rapper at one point to Earache. It was so hilarious, so long ago. So I was in the rap scene. Then RJ, he's been in a couple different scenes. You were in jazz, you were in the gospel scene.
Yeah, so like that's something I like to pride myself on, like being able to fit in any genre, and I think that makes you a better musician. So like,
100%,
like
100%.
Like in the area, like playing with HUE now, that's my predominant thing. But then also like prior to that, playing for a pop singer, playing for my own jazz fusion band, and then like basically anybody else who would call. And then prior to that, I was like, Ali kind of hinted at it. I was playing with this band called Red Gold Green, who like did like go-go and indie rock. And somehow we ended up on like the Warped Tour circuit. So like that like kind of opened up my mind to a lot more of like the metal, heavier stuff where like I knew it existed, but now I'm like getting to know the people that make it. So like it kind of opened my mind. Yeah.
That's really awesome. What like nowadays? What's the scene like out in the DC, Maryland area?
Yeah, we have different bands on here all the time. When everybody talks about their scene, a lot of times we're getting that like the scene's getting overrun by like cover bands, or it's harder to get people out to shows. And then every once in a while you'll find a place where like the people are still really supportive and they're going out and they're checking out shows and bands are seeing each other's shows. What are you guys experiencing like in your
I think
area?
the DMV area is a very unique not necessarily a problem, but like damn near opportunity for musicians. So like I said before, like go-go is the sound our signature music. So like the go-go scene in DC will always exist. But somehow it like never really seems to go like nationwide. It just kind of stays with us. And also something interesting is that like DC, like I guess like most major cities is going through a big like gentrification type of thing. And there's like a lot of especially like DC being like politically based and government based, like there's a lot of transient people kind of coming in and out of our sphere in general. So like with that, you get a lot of musicians from like other metropolitan areas that are bringing their own sound here. but it creates a really unique music ecosphere. Like you can go and hear bands that sound like other places, but then they also might take the influence of what's already here. So it's a really musically, I think. And I think what we're doing kind of helps push that forward.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, to piggyback off that. Yeah, so our scene is like 5, maybe 6 scenes, all kind of coexisting. Like you have like very huge, famous gospel scene that I always forget about because like a lot of famous churches here, and people take their gospel things serious, even if they're just playing on Sunday. Like they take that serious. Then you have 2 rock scenes, because you have like a rock scene that's in DC that's kind of cool, like, and it's like kind of spread out, but then you have a rock scene in Baltimore that's like very established. So most people go out to Baltimore to play the shows. DC kind of has like little nuanced shows, but it's nothing like locally. We're just not as strong as Baltimore because everything is taken up by something else. Like there's a huge DJ scene where all the DJs will like be like artists, and they'll come to the club and they'll advertise that they're coming to the club, and that's how everyone comes outside, is because they want to like support the DJ.
Yeah,
and that's honestly how I decide where I go to parties. Is like what I follow the DJs in DC.
Yeah, and then we're all very like, everyone's very opinionated on like who is cranking and who they think is great. And then you have the the older cover scene. My mom's in a cover band, like a funkadelic cover band. It's wild. Like,
oh, nice. That's awesome.
The cover band thing is still extremely competitive because you have like the wedding band people, and then you have like the recreational cover bands.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all trying to snatch up the gig. They're all trying to get paid. They're all trying to just play.
Oh yeah, they're like, even here we're in New York, we're in Long Island, and they're like pitting them against each other. It's all the same. Like they basically do the same thing that they do with original bands, where they're like, well, what's your draw? It's like, I'm a jukebox. Like, what do you mean? But that's my draw. Like, what's your draw?
Welcome to Sorta Kinda Funny. We're a comedy podcast,
brother and sister duo,
where we take your guys' embarrassing moments and stories and turn them into humor, because life's about laughing at yourself, and we are sure gonna laugh at ourselves. I am James. I am your main Mac Daddy host, and I'm also joined by a loser. Go ahead and introduce yourself, loser. Go ahead. Don't be shy.
This is Lauren.
Give it to them.
Absolutely.
Baby.
Absolutely. What did you say?
Also, we sing a lot, so if you haven't listened to this first episode, I'm sorry.
We have new episodes available every Thursday and would love nothing more than to hang out with you. Does that sound too desperate?
Yes.
Okay. Check us out wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we'll see you on Thursday. And as always,
text me if you want to hang out.
Bye.
Hey, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me.
I don't think you're the problem. You know what the problem is? Nobody knows where to find us online. That's the problem.
Well,
They're
I think there's...
Sometimes I go to YouTube. Sometimes I want to go to Spotify. Sometimes... How do I know where I can find everything bacon?
You know what there is? There's one place that has everything, all-encompassing. It's baconismypodcast.com.
A solution!
Exactly! You ever want to listen to our music?
Yeah.
Or know where to find us on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or on Apple Music?
Yeah.
Spotify?
Yes.
Maybe grab some shirts.
Find
some sweet deals on some sodas from drinkwildbills.com, or maybe some beard product from Mythical Beards.
Maybe you want to pick up a Poddex.
Use the promo code BACON on all of those websites and get 10% off. But if you can't remember that, just go to baconismypodcast.com, hit sponsors. You're right there.
Yeah.
Tells you everything.
Find everything about us. Leave us a comment. Ask us a question. And always remember to ask yourselves every single day.
What's your bacon?
What's your bacon?
But that's the interesting thing about Go-Go. See, Go-Go is like all of it combined. It's like it is an original type of music, but they do covers. But then the covers are kind of like Punk Goes Pop, because they're like
medleys.
Yeah, they change the cover
below like church.
Yeah, and they turn it into like a way heavier dance music. It's like super heavy dance music. So the go-go's are always packed. Like the go-go, like there's a go-go every night, and normally if the band is established, the go-go is always packed. Like they don't have to worry about if people are going to show up. It's kind of like it has its own fan base that is so strong that it doesn't need any. But because it doesn't need any help, they don't ask for help, and that's why it's not mainstream.
And to that same point, something interesting about the go-go bands is like they are certainly celebrities in the area, but like imagine like your favorite band, but like you can just go see them 3 nights a week. Like that's how the go-go scene works. It's like if you follow like Backyard or New Impressions, like if you follow their schedule, like you can see them play at least 3 nights, maybe like $30 to $50 a night.
Yeah, wow. I never got to explain that. Like, technically, go-go is like it's like a big band. It's like a very.
I was just gonna ask. I was gonna be like, can you explain that? Yeah.
So technically, it's big band because you'll have like it's kind of like a wedding band setup. It has like all these vocalists on mic, and then they'll like switch off for songs and stuff like that. But like, it's not traditional in the way where everybody's singing. It's like one person is a hype man. One person is the person who controls the crowd. One person is the guy who sings. The other one who harmonizes with him. Like they'll have a female singer so that they can do girl songs. And then that's just the vocalist. Then you have a timbali player who plays conga. So he's like a percussionist. You have the drummer and the bass player, guitar player. Normally like more than one keyboard player. Wow. So that they can layer sections, have horns, have leads, have chords, like pads, like it's a very, that's why I said it's heavy because it's so much going on at the same time.
But here's another wild part to piggyback off of that. So like imagine you're going to your favorite band, but then like your second favorite band's drummer was subbing in with that band. Like that can happen at go-go regularly. It's like it's like they have like it's like the A roster, then the B roster, then the every band.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Do a lot of the bands share band members? You know, like in Nashville, it's like everybody's
it's not
in
like
6 different bands. No,
their own thing.
I mean, yes, but yes, it does happen because different types of go-go. There's like the grown go-go for like the older folks, and then there's like the young go-go. When I was in a go-go band, we had a member and he was blind. It was so wild. And his hearing was incredible. He could do anything. He could play drums, he could play cymbals, he could play anything. And
Daredevil, man. Daredevil.
And he got recruited a lot by other go-go bands. He was in like 3 go-go bands at the same time, which is pretty hard to do, but it's like, hey, he's been going on, so he's like, look,
Superman.
Being go-go's.
To the question you asked though, like the staple figures that you'll hardly ever see move are like whoever's on the lead mic. So that's like your head rapper, your head like ad lib guy, but then also like probably like your key singers, like they'll always be playing with that band. But like the instrumentalists are a little bit more interchangeable.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Like I want to go see.
I want to go.
See. Who like if we could, because a lot of people that are listening obviously are all over the place and don't know the genre or the style of the band. Is there somebody we can tell people to check out?
New Impression.
I was gonna say New Impression is the best band out doing it right now.
Okay.
But if you want like a quick history lesson, like from start to finish, like I think Backyard Band would probably be the best place to start. They've literally been playing together for like damn near 40 years for real. Like I saw them like 2-3 weekends ago, and I was just like, yo, this is flawless. Like it just sounded like a machine. Like, yeah.
All right, New Impressions.
Time to do some research.
I'm excited.
We're gonna go. Yo, we're gonna be in the DC area for Podcast Movement. So we're gonna be there for like 4 days or 5 days or something like that. So we want to go. We want to go going.
Yes,
with you guys. Actually, I was gonna ask. You've been in the scene for a little while. A buddy of ours is also he's very into like blending genres as well. I don't know if you guys have heard or run into Raleigh V at all.
Oh shit! What?
He's actually the homie.
Okay, so
Raleigh V. Yeah, he's like our actual friend. Yeah,
nice.
Raleigh V is on our EP. That's the irony.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't want to tell nobody.
Bro.
But yeah, Cat's Out the Bag. He's on there.
nah,
Are
but
you
it's funny because it's like
are you
I
I'm
get
texting
gonna
Ryan?
text him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's-
text him
Oh,
right
it's
now.
like that. You could text him. Yeah, okay. So
no, but it's funny because it's like I was just at a place tonight that was a warehouse in Northeast DC, and me and Raleigh V had a music video shoot in there, like
Oh,
for
nice.
a song for his project, a long time ago, 2021, and
talking about that can't
yeah,
Anymore.
and then
Dude,
Yeah,
the-
you know what's
yo,
up.
so the acoustic version, he debuted it on our award show.
Yeah, on our award show.
Oh,
Oh,
Sent it
wow.
to us.
That the one with like the teacup hanging out
Yeah,
or
the one
whatever.
where he had he had wasn't Nick playing guitar?
Yeah.
Acoustic? Yeah, and he like did a Spanish verse. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Super
it was
sick.
so good. He said because I was like, dude, you want to play the award show? He's like, yeah, absolutely. Give me a couple days, and then he sent it in, and I watched it.
Yeah, we were like, what?
What did you?
You
What?
should probably save this for something else.
This is
Nah,
really
he
good.
he
What are you
just
doing,
does
man?
that, dude.
He
just,
does.
like,
He's awesome.
he's just really good at what he does. Like,
We met up with him
wait till I hear
in
that
Texas too.
Yeah, we
For a little bit.
we met up with him in Texas. When we went to Silver Spring, we did not.
Okay.
We missed.
Yeah,
We missed meeting up with him, but
he was year one, right?
Year two.
He was
Year
one of
two.
our like. We've had him on for a couple different things because he's awesome. he's Raleigh V.
crazy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
badass. That's awesome.
That's so crazy.
Small world, man.
That's not a
Connections.
secret anymore. He's on the EP.
yeah. So
Well, people here are going to be excited about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like fans of this show know him, love his music, and so that's
Yeah.
just gonna get them even more
Yeah, it's
excited,
awesome.
more hyped for
It's
the
a
EP,
really
so.
good song, you guys. Like, I was so upset when Ali showed me because it was like one of those songs that kind of got made in the off season of like everyone not being in the same place. So when I heard it, I just kind of like drilled it for a couple days, and I was just like, bro, how did you like? Why did you not call me? Like, why did you go make this? And I was not around.
bro, it's funny because it was one of those times where I was like, I just didn't want to make anything heavy, so I was like, man. I just was feeling sad.
Yeah, but you be forgetting I like have the
Bro, I be telling you.
of the
Bro,
yeah.
I literally was like, bro, I was trying to make one of these Jones when like we had the band, but I don't think everybody understood what I was saying. I was like, bro, we need to make one of these Jones. And it was just funny. I was just feeling real down at one point. And I was just like, man, I really need one of these. Like, I need one of them like anthem Jones.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was talking to Raleigh about it just because I was like, man, I want to make one of these. He was like, man, come over, man. We make it right now. And literally, the blueprint turned into one of our songs, and to this day is hilarious because we actually talk to him about it all the time. Like we talk to him about like that song in particular, like if we're gonna play it live or
we're like, no, we need you to like whenever we like actually get on a show proper together, it's like, dude, come through, like play this.
You got
us, dude.
I don't want to spill too much beans about the song.
Yeah, I would just say like, it's already bad enough people know he's on it. Just it's a really good song. He's on it. It's gonna come out, and we'll play it live together at some point.
But it is funny because that is like part of the reason how we got signed is because of that song.
Oh wow!
So
Nice.
So you guys are signed to Passionate Records. They're a new record label out of the UK. So what made it fit? You know, like you're represented by somebody out of the States, but like what made it fit? What's their footprint here in the States? And if they don't have much of a footprint here and they're a little bit more in the UK, do they have plans for you out there?
So this is the crazy part. Like
it's pretty mutual.
We almost all came into this idea together because we were all risking something. Everyone was just risking something. It was like, okay.
At the time, they had kind of like just got the label thing together, not even an entire year. And it was just like, it was a very new thing for them because they went from being an artist management company into having, you know, like the functionality of a label, and we were being a new band coming off the cup of something else, and just like, you know, reforming and re-logisticizing, and just so it kind of, like Ollie was saying, it kind of like everyone kind of had something at stake, I guess, to where it was like there's a certain level of trust across the board of like, all right, like everyone's gonna do their job right, because we're all tits up if no one is like putting in the work.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where, like, you know, it was kind of like a milestone for like a Bounce Beat Go-Go sound, because the Bounce Beat Go-Go thing never gets signed. So it was like, okay, we didn't even think about like, we didn't think about, I guess, what couldn't happen. We were kind of thinking about like the opportunities that could from kind of like combining with Passionate, because I was like, Daryl was a pretty cool guy. He had a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, and then Sky was a huge part of the reason why we got into talks with him, because, you know, Sky from Issues is connected to them. So we started talking to Sky about it, and yeah, like I think that was when the handshake kind of started to get, you know, in talks. They have a new label. They're trying to figure out what is going to be the huge thing that breaks out. We have a new sound. We don't know who's going to take us seriously, and they are taking us very seriously. And like to the point where they connected us with Sky, and then we got to like, you know, really see and pick his brain about musical things. And that helped us in our process. And yeah, it's kind of been like a scratch my back, I scratch yours. We are going in this together, so let's see how it goes type situation. They don't have like a million connections in America, but they have connections in the scene, so it kind of like evens out.
Right.
Then we have a lot of American like knowledge of where to go, what blogs to use. So we've been just combining everything together.
That's really cool.
That's cool. Like there's so few labels that enter into something and make it a partnership in any way at this point. You know, it's like such a weird time for music when you're talking about like, do we sign with a label? Do we sign with management? Do we put things out this way? So everybody finding somebody that if it's a scratch my back, I scratch yours, or it's like, hey, we're all in, everybody's all in, you know, that's like a best case scenario.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
feel like
pretty awesome.
I feel like the smaller the label, the better it is at this point. Like
yeah, it's like
nowadays,
literally like not even that many people at all. Like it's like less than a handful of people, and it's, you know, it's pretty much like, I guess, everything you need, nothing you don't. But you know, they've been slowly, you know, adding to the team, I guess, as they need and stuff. There is a guy that's like based in the US, but yeah, it's like he's just like one guy. But yeah, you know, so far so good. You know, they have been taking it seriously, and it has been a relatively smooth, you know, experience so far. And yeah, just excited for just, you know, the rest of the songs to come out and just, you know, get this really, you know, get the picture painted. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Planning on touring for the summer? You guys lining things up? What's
we're lining up some, like, I guess so far at the moment it's like local-ish shows, like DMV area shows. So like anywhere from like, I guess, like as far as Baltimore, like maybe somewhere in like Richmond or something like that, to like, you know, the greater DC area. But yeah, honestly, it's like we've been taking it day by day. So
yeah, everything is still so kind of new.
Right.
We're having conversations here to figure out what that next step is, especially touring wise. So yeah, there should be some updates coming. But yeah, everything is exploring and filling it out right now. So
how far ahead are you guys kind of looking and planning out? I know there's like, you know, if you're going to release a song, it's like 3 months in advance you got to start, and if you're looking at a tour, it's like
we've been working on this song like pre-pandemic, so it's just happy to have this one off.
Nice. Yeah,
this song is old as hell for us. Well, me and Ali actually were listening to one of the original drafts from like 2020 today, and we were just like, oh wow, we like really did okay, like deciding to like fix this.
yeah. These were all the right choices.
Yeah, like literally everything.
It was rough. I was gonna say, as far as touring too, like I've been trying to figure out a vehicle. So like we've been trying to like figure out what we're gonna do about it. I bought a tour van back in the day, but I just feel like it's a risk sometimes because like you buy used, it breaks down and then you can't fit and shit.
Tie rod almost break on the highway.
Yeah, like
ball joints, man.
Dude, our buddies,
worse.
our buddies in Outline and Color, just their fucking van literally exploded
saw that.
on their last like little run of shows that they did. Actually, I don't even think it was a run of shows. I think it was just like a one-off, and it just went up in flames.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Luckily, no one was hurt. That's fucking awesome. That like everyone was all right.
Those dudes like they always have van trouble. Like we hung out with them at Capulet Fest.
That's true.
We hung out with them at Capulet Fest, and they were on another tour. They were playing with Secrets and a few other bands, and leading up to that. Well, no, this was last year. This was just last summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, Secrets is still out here. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, they're doing another tour actually. Like now, like coming up. But yeah, they were doing a tour, and their van crapped out, and then we ended up having them. They showed up, and they were like, "Yeah, we had to borrow somebody's van." They drove like 4.5 hours to go meet them where they were at on tour, drop off this van, and stay with their old van, which got towed back to Oklahoma City. And
wow, it's the worst.
They got super support. How the hell?
Yeah.
Well, one of their like the first leg of the tour, one of their label mates, somebody else on Triller, I forget who it was, but yeah, they just always got the.
We just spoke to somebody that that is touring with no trailer, just a van, and the whole front line is playing out of one single quad Cortex, and so all they're bringing is like drums, one quad Cortex.
Yeah,
they don't even have a backup.
Yeah,
but that's it, and that's in the back of the van, and then they just fill the van with whoever they need to bring on the tour with them. But that's it, and they've all got little MIDI. They got MIDI boards that are all going off of the Cortex.
No, they're not MIDI boards. Wow. They got it programmed in Ableton.
Oh, they're doing that now, but they said before they had they just connected little boards so they could all kind of switch their shit.
Yo, that is like super crazy, like grassroots. Like that's like the new age roots. You got one quad Cortex, everybody runs through it. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 guitars, a bass, and a vocal.
Yeah.
All straight through.
They're all in ears, and that's it. It's like, what? That's so crazy. So, you don't need a van. You just get an SUV.
Although they said that,
SUV.
and I play with a quad Cortex too, and I was like, I am not letting my guitar player and bass player.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good idea, but someone else can get their own.
Yeah. No. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out so long and taking the time to hang with us. Before we head out here, though, we do have to ask an important question because, it's the name of the show, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So we ask, what's your bacon? And what's your bacon is basically that topping side or main course that makes life a little bit easier to deal with, something that gets your head out of the game. So for musicians, it may not necessarily be music.
Because you're focused in on it all day, all the time anyway.
Video games, pro wrestling, books, cooking, whatever. So what we like to ask our guests is, what is your bacon?
My bad, you guys.
And Nick's
I'll
joined
go
us.
first.
We're at the point of where we're asking each of you, what is your bacon? What is your topping side main course thing in your life? Could be music, could be something else. What do you use to wind down? What takes your brain off things? All that kind of stuff. So
RJ said he was going.
RJ said he's taking it first, so let's go about it.
Sneakers.
RJ's got a shoe game. All right.
Yeah, you know what? That should be this was a lot of trivia because, like, I feel like as people go over time and they don't know if they don't know that RJ has crazy shoe game, they probably don't do that well because
Yeah, so all you gotta do is just like eat multiple times a week, and you'll be like, okay.
My foot stopped growing. My foot stopped growing when I started high school. So like, I literally have shoes in the rotation now from ninth grade. So
that's wild.
Do you have a holy grail? Do you have your pair that you're looking for, or do you already get it?
I wouldn't say there's nothing I'm looking for because like I just typically get what I want.
Right. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting pretty excited because it's almost time to grill.
It's always time to grill. You know why?
I know.
Because I use grillyourassoff.com. All their stuff is fucking fantastic.
Well, I will say you don't even have to grill outside, even though you do all year round. I don't all year round, but I use all their stuff inside as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I still get the flavors.
Exactly. Everything from their seasoning to their sauces to their hot sauces. And you know what? They also provide delicious snacks.
They do. We actually tried some on the show. We got some cowboy-style beef jerky right here. Their jerky is really, really good.
It's really flavorful, really delicious, and you can have your own. If you go to grillyourassoff.com,
Indeed.
If you go to grillyourassoff.com, use a promo code BACON, and you get 10% off your entire order.
Nice.
And not only will you be helping us out, but you'll be helping out veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
Because this company is veteran owned, and it's super badass, and we love these guys. Almost a day one sponsor with this show.
That's true.
And we are going to support them forever. Super
check out
cool
their
guys.
site. Check it out. Taste the freedom. If you don't know what you want to get, go ahead and use their product finder quiz.
Yes.
Set yourself up. Figure something out right now over at grillyourassoff.com.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
What's your bacon?
Or what's on your bacon?
Bunker bacon bourbon barbecue sauce. That's what's up.
What's up, fam?
Yeah.
Bacon listeners, ever wanted to help out the show? Ever wanted to know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes here at Bacon?
Perhaps keep these glasses a little bit fuller.
Mine's empty.
Yeah. Go over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast, where you can get additional content, including tastings.
Yeah, you can get cooking shows.
You can get early ad-free shows.
That's right.
And at even the lowest tier, come participate with us every week in our discussion and drinks episode, where we hang out with you, our BIMP squad.
You're a part of the show. Join us, hang out, weigh in on everything that we're talking about, weigh in on everything, maybe be a part of the show.
Exactly.
It's happened.
Join the BIMP squad.
Yeah.
Get your first week for free over at patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
What's your bacon?
Yeah, like I have like favorites in like each genre of sneakers, so it's just
Sure, right.
Okay.
Yeah, facts.
Ali, what about you?
Damn, it's kind of hard because it's like okay, so I guess I was a skateboarder through and through, and that is what was my sanctuary. I only had a couple sanctuaries in my life. It was basketball, then it was skateboarding. You know, music is great and all, but you know, sometimes like the pressure of creating something that I think that is tight for myself. I'm a very harsh critic on myself. It gets really stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm like more obsessed with music. It's hilarious. So nowadays, as the age I am, I actually feel like cooking is my new sanctuary.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like,
Cooking Ali.
What you gonna cook when like someone new comes to your place? You're cooking. What's your go-to? Do you have like your signature meal?
Depends on if they're allergic to like seafood. I hope they're not allergic to seafood because I love seafood. If they're not allergic to seafood, I normally go for like I make this Alfredo and I make all my sauce from scratch. And then I bake this lobster tail in the oven with like little smoked paprika and lemon juice and like fresh garlic, parsley, stuff like that. And yeah, that normally goes over very well. But yeah.
I'll tell you right now who's not allergic to seafood.
This guy.
All right,
Yeah.
so going to the Go-Go and Ali making seafood.
I'll also go shoe shopping with you, RJ, because
He's a shoe guy.
Jimmy G Shoes is my Instagram.
Yeah. We lost Nick. We lost Nick, but
so before he gets back, what would you guys guess?
Yeah, what is
Nick's
his
bacon?
Man, it's got to be guitar, bro.
I was gonna say Nick. He just bangs with guitar. He's a guitar head,
bro. Like he addicted to guitar.
Yeah. Like
Dude, that's
a
good,
good
man.
story. Like a friend of mine is like cleaning out a storage unit, and they had this like old Fender tube amp in there. So they asked me if I knew anybody that wanted it. So I asked my guys, and he was like, "No, I need it. You gotta get it." So I'll probably go get that tomorrow. So.
Yeah, that's great. He's the guitar man. Like this man, like I remember through the whole pandemic when everybody was in the house and everybody was like, you know, some people were suffering, some people were blah blah. I literally was still on my bacon. Like I was just cooking every day,
right,
and working out every freaking second. And I remember this man Nick was playing guitar. Boy, he was playing guitar like all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of It's like I was like talking about this earlier today, where it was like I used to actually like when people talk about the whole 10,000 hours, like I really feel that because it's like I spent like days, like countless days, like nothing playing guitar. Like anywhere I was going playing guitar. If I'm somewhere there's a guitar there, I'm playing guitar. And yeah, like I have the very cliche like music is my bacon kind of answer because like it really
not at all, man. That's
through my life. It's always been.
We took care of it already. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, like I was really into like Motown and stuff and like singing and like vocal group kind of stuff. And like that was like a really big thing for me. And then, you know, I got older, was just, you know, still watching rock music videos. And then my brother started playing guitar. So of course I started playing guitar and, you know, the rest is history.
Dude, nothing cliche about it, man. Like we always like I said, we're musicians too. It's like we did this because COVID made us unable to tour and play shows with our bands. So we were like, you want to get together and write some songs? And we did. And we ended up drinking and talking most of the time. And so then we put it online. And that was literally what it was.
And then we just started inviting people, cool people
but
like
it
yourselves.
still all revolves around music because it's like, yeah, man, music keeps us from driving off bridges.
That binds, man.
Yeah, you know, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could have nothing in common with someone. If you guys both jam on the same song, you're instantly connected. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So it really is like the thing that unites. Cooking's pretty badass too, though.
Yeah, cooking is awesome.
Food is awesome.
Yeah, food is awesome.
I also love shoes.
Sneakers are awesome.
I have a thing for guitars as well, but I don't like own a super crazy amount. But like, I probably would if I could.
If you go behind the curtain here, we've got.
Oh wow! Look, wow! It's a magic shirt.
Yeah. There's a whole wall over here.
And there's a whole wall over here that he's
grab that one. This is actually my daughter. She just turned 8.
He's building this for his daughter right now. So this is
awesome. Oh, it's like a parts caster. Cool. Sick.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of parts casters going on in here. I'm a single pickup parts caster guy. I got a baritone.
I mean, we're still wiring this thing.
Yeah,
that's sick.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
but it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, dude.
That's fun. Guys, again, thank you for hanging out and sharing all this stuff with us. Before we head out, let everybody know where they can find
one more time. Where's all the
everything?
Things?
Everything HUE, everything home.
So we actually, this is so funny. Most of our stuff, like almost everything, is at HUE.band, like HUEDATBAND. But we have a website though that is HUE.band. I always thought that was
I like the dot band.
I like that.
www.hue.band.
That's great.
Excellent.
So close.
And go check out the home video.
Yeah.
RJ is playing guitar. Which
no.
Okay. I if it wasn't for the fact that you have all sorts of clips on your YouTube, I wouldn't have known. I would not have known.
No, so that's Dan the man, Dan the band man.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Quick thing before we go, we were a 5-piece at one point. The other 2 members, the pandemic kind of made life happen. One of them had to move away, then the other one got into work really seriously, and that's why we're a 3-piece. But the band in the music video, the band at the time, it was 5. We had 5 people.
Oh, wow!
So they weren't pulling they weren't pulling a Foo Fighter and everybody switching.
I was like, okay, because I don't even remember seeing. I don't remember seeing like a drummer set up there.
So the story behind that is, if you look at the beginning of the video, you'll see me playing drums.
Yeah,
I was late to the video shoot because I had like a gig before that.
Yeah. And the guy that filmed it kind of like did not listen to us when we told him like, hey, record this person doing this thing.
Yeah, we were like,
yeah.
bro, why didn't you get the drummer? What's going on?
Yeah, like
he was mad that I was late. He was mad that I was late. So
it was so funny because I
did it to us when we were there all day. So
I like the first
wasn't
shot.
even that mad.
The first shot I saw, and I was like, okay, but then the rest of it, there was like, I was like, where's the drummer? And then okay,
it's gonna make everyone think we're a rapper.
Right.
Well,
it's
I'm
great.
an idiot.
I think if they listen, they're not.
No.
If they hear it, they're gonna be like, "This is everything."
No, it was a joke. Yeah.
This is everything.
Yeah. Well,
but it's crazy because I was like, bro, like they did not put RJ in the video enough. It was hilarious. I was like, bro, come on, help me out, man.
Not like, dude, legitimately had like a little bit of like a beef towards me. I'm like, dog, like I'm here now.
Sounds like it.
Chill out, dude. Like, what you want to wrestle right here in the grass? What you want to do?
Backyard now.
yeah, but go watch the video. It's so much energy. I love it. I love the energy. I love the vibe. That's my bacon right now.
I have not seen the video yet.
Oh, really?
I've just listened to the song.
Wow.
I haven't seen the video.
I'm gonna show him next.
And I'm excited to see it.
Man, yeah, you're in for a treat, man.
Yeah,
we actually
awesome.
used to live in front, like that building we're in front of. We used to live there.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that
band
was
house situation.
Kind of actually at one point. Pretty much everyone but RJ lived there at one point, and like all those people in the video, like we know them. Like this was like a very like, hey y'all, we're doing a music video outside. Come outside, literally just come outside.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we didn't have like, you know, sometimes you try to ask people who say they want to come to be in a music video or whatever, and like they flake on you.
Right.
So we asked our friends. So people in the video are like mostly our friends.
Nice.
And it's like forgiving neighbors, I'm guessing too.
Right.
So that's the crazy.
We kind of just like didn't care. We was like, hey, we're doing it. We're outside. Like,
but also like
louder stuff happens out here.
The funny thing is, like, I think, like, traditionally in the DMV, like, if you play go-go, it's like a pass. It's like you get a pass to like be loud.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of curious as to like, I know the single like just came out and stuff, but and this is probably a whole other episode. But like, how does the go-go community? How receptive are they to you guys sonically? Like.
And surprisingly, it's going well because like my past growing up, they were not with rock-based music really at all.
You guys should go read the comments on that. Go read the comments on that DMV Hoods and Dudes post, and it's like the majority of it is great, but then you have the few people that are like trying to like, what the heck? But
you're defiling our music. Yeah,
yeah. But for the most part, it's a good reception.
That's awesome. They're trying to say that they did it first. Like, oh, I did. First, I did it before you.
No one.
That's another big part.
Before we did it.
That's a big part of DC culture, though. Like everybody wants to like put their flag in something. So
everyone wants to be the first one to have done it, but no one is the first one to have done it, except for like us doing this, like us mixing
Right.
everything that we mix, we're like the first artist from the DMV or maybe ever to like mix all of these things together, like in a way that isn't just like here's like one moment of it in this song.
Yeah, right.
You know, like we're like proper fusion.
You either want people to be super excited or super pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
Just keep it out of the middle. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Then you know
Feel
you're doing
something.
something right. You know you're doing something right.
Yes.
You're only doing something right in music if people really like it and people really hate it. None of that middle shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not
All
gonna
right,
get
guys.
It's all right.
Yeah. That's you never want that's okay.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we blew it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, again, thank you, and always remember to ask yourself one super important question. I don't know if you guys remember
The
that
most important question.
Do you guys remember that question?
What's your bacon?
Your bacon.
Yeah, what's your bacon?
Yes.
What's your bacon?
Goddamn right.
HUE. HUE. I really like that one song, and if that one song is any indication of what we're about to get, the fact that Raleigh V is on a song,
That's exciting too.
I am excited. I am excited.
It's fun.
AF.
Cool song.
Yes.
Very cool song.
Cool guys.
Cool guys. Good band. Great band.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to dive into Go-Go.
Yeah.
I need to know more.
I need to know more.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry for it.
We're gonna probably end up hopping off this, watching back the video, getting the band names again.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be listening to that tomorrow.
Gotta check some of that out.
So, and you should too.
Absolutely.
Educate yourself. Come on.
Always be ready to listen to something new.
Just be better.
Or open.
Open.
Just be open.
And better.
Open is better
Yeah.
than
I agree.
closed.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
Except for faced sandwich.
What?
Open is not better. I prefer a closed sandwich.
I
To an
introduced
open-faced.
Gavin to open face sandwiches recently.
Okay. I'm not attacking your
And he
son.
loves them.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that was one of those
young.
things where it was like, I don't know what to make for dinner.
Right.
I do have turkey and gravy
Mm-hmm.
and bread. Who wants an open faced turkey sandwich? And I was the fucking hero of the day.
Nice.
So
I prefer a closed sandwich.
it's still acceptable.
What's acceptable?
Open.
I'm not saying it's unacceptable. I'm not like, this is unacceptable. I know it exists.
There's also a diner close to here that makes some really great open face sandwiches. But don't eat them. Don't eat them if you plan on being social.
I feel like an open-faced sandwich is just a plate of food that they put bread underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You can't call it a sandwich. Open-faced is, it's kind of like we ran out of bread.
No,
I had
it's
two
not.
people to feed, and I had 2 slices of bread. Open-faced.
Oh no, you gotta put 2 pieces. If you're not putting 2 pieces on, fuck you.
Well, but still, you're not putting it on top. You're not closing it. You're not creating the full experience, the sandwich experience. The sandwich experience is to lift up and bring to your face.
Mhm.
That is a sandwich experience. Not fork and knife. That is no longer a sandwich. By ruling of the cube food system.
Right. No, you're right.
It's just toast.
And that's troubling. Now this is troubling to me.
Yeah.
Because the whole because people that eat pizza with a fork and knife are just that bothers me.
That bothers me unless the pizza's reheated or super floppy.
Well, if you're not putting your pizza in an air fryer to reheat it, what the fuck are we doing here?
You're eating it with a fork and knife.
What
That's
are we doing? No,
I saw today. Today I saw there's a podcast, or not a podcast, it's a YouTube show. That is called Myth Munchers.
Mm-hmm.
and they were tackling some TikTok myths.
Okay.
One of them was the best way to reheat pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they found that clearly the best way to reheat pizza is pan or oven, but pan.
Okay.
It's in a pan, right? They did not have air fryers. They were not using air fryers.
So
that's why this was
pan. Yeah.
So, but pan also great. Put the top on,
right?
Throw some water in, steams the top. Bottom's already crispy. They did a move hitherto unknown to me.
Mm-hmm.
They heated up their slice of pizza. They were using Domino's, so maybe that's why this worked. Well, right.
They're already disqualified, but go on.
Well, they were talking about like the America when reheating pizza.
Okay.
We live in an area, right? Let's
fine. We don't live in a vacuum. I get it.
Right. Yeah. Right. So let's be less bougie about it.
Bullshit.
This is reheating your 2 a.m. Domino's order, right? So heated up one side, flipped it over on the other side. I was like, what?
That wouldn't fly in New York.
Crisped up the cheese.
Yeah.
And browned the cheese. There was also sausage and veggies and everything on it. Everything got a little bit of caramelization.
Yeah. You can please finish the word. Thank you. That was awful. That was awful.
Caramelization? You've never watched Matty Matheson?
No, I've watched it.
It's fantastic.
No, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You saying it is not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Caramelization. Crispy on both sides, gooey in the middle.
I like
and
that.
did not get all over the pan. Probably because of the high quality cheese
that Domino's uses, obviously.
Domino's.
You're right.
But
okay,
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna try it too. I've got a whole bunch of frozen pizza if you want to take a couple slices.
Oh.
Literally,
I know what I mean.
I literally can't close my fridge. so you're welcome to some.
All right then.
But before we head out of here, Jimmy, where can they find everything?
You can find me at Domino's.
Don't do that. He doesn't go there. Don't look for him there.
I don't go there.
He doesn't like it there.
I don't like it there. Unless we're stealing from there.
No, that was Papa John's.
It was a Papa John's. Same difference.
Right.
Same.
Well, one's racist, one isn't.
Well, Papa John's isn't racist anymore.
Right, because
they got Shaq.
Yeah. Right.
Right? They got rid of the guy.
Right.
Yeah. They got Shaq.
Who's amazing, but he's an amazing human.
Yeah. He is an amazing human. That is true.
He's an amazing human.
I like his general commercials.
I like him on
anything he does. He's just funny.
Inside the NBA he's great, and also Hot Ones. Check out that Hot Ones episode because it's really great.
Great Hot Ones. Also, I'm at Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials, and my band Craving Strange is at cravingstrange.net, where you can then link to us on all the socials. You can find all Bacon Is My Podcast stuff over at baconismypodcast.com, where you can get onto Bacon Is My Fashion and get yourself a little something to put on your body parts.
A little swag.
Yeah, get a little swag bag from your Bacon Boys. You can check out Bacon Is My Passion.
The music.
Over on Spotify or any streaming service, but you can find all of it still at baconismypodcast.com. Tag. Hot tag.
Yeah, hot tag. If you want to help us out a little bit more and get a little bit more content from us, go ahead over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast because we still didn't change it. And
not this time.
No.
Finally, we're staying on something. Which I appreciate because it's easier for me to remember.
You're such a dick.
I appreciate that we're staying the same on that.
Patreon.com/baconismypodcast. Go over there and get additional episodes. We just recently released the episode of Lil Nitro, which is probably one of the favorites over there. And yeah, it smelled like sad.
It was painful to watch.
It was, but people laughed.
So we
people
were funnier then.
Right. Apparently we drank
a lot
more.
more.
We drank more. But go over there, check us out. At the lowest tier, you can hang out with us weekly and have the discussion and drinks episode.
Hang out live, interact, jump on.
The next one we do I know, like, so right now we're in the middle of this like weird schedule thing, but the next one we do, we're going to be in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yes.
And
covered in beignet.
All I can tell you is I don't know what condition we'll be in. I don't know what night we're going to do it.
I can tell you what condition we're going to be in. Beignet and voodoo.
There's a voodoo church local.
I'm going to mass.
To where we are.
I'm going to kneel at the altar.
So, yeah. Come be a part of it. Come hang out with us every week, even at the lowest tier. At the highest tier, we cook shit. We do all sorts of stuff. You can get all sorts of unreleased music from the two of us.
Just help support the show.
It helps us, yeah.
You know, like that's really the thing. Like we live in a world where that's the only way that things keep going. So we can keep this free. We can keep this going with your help.
Yes.
We're asking you. We're asking you to do it. We're not even offering it to you. We are asking you to do it.
Yeah.
Please join our Patreon.
Yes.
Join the BIMP squad.
Yeah.
Hang out with us. Tell us what we can do better. If we aren't worth that, tell us how we can be worth that.
Yeah.
Right? If you're not going to do that, if you're just like, no, give us a review. Give us a thumbs up.
Give us a like.
Share us with your friends. Help us out.
Follow
Every
us
little
on
bit helps.
On the interwebs at Bacon is my pod. Stay in the conversation with the hashtags Bacon is my pod and What's Your Bacon.
Yep.
I personally can catch me in whatever I'm doing at Me My Own Self Mike.
He does a
My
lot.
band is at Something Heavy Music. We will have a single out soon. We have a show coming up with these guys.
Yeah.
And I've got a bunch of stuff going on we're going to talk about.
He's a busy dude. Busy fella.
So, yeah. Otherwise, always remember to ask yourself one super important question, and that is,
how do you get your caramelization?
Finish the word, please.
What's your bacon?
World peace. Except for this guy.
Caramelization.
Awful.
I love that it bothers you.
It's the worst. It is the worst.